Welcome back to A Tale of the Two Bros. I am Angel,
I'm Adan.
and this is our DC-Ness reviews. DC-Ness reviews? Our DC-Ness look of DC Fandom 2021. I didn't have a chance to check out DC Fandom all the way through like as so many others did. I know you didn't either. After DC Fandom was done, I just checked out the trailers on YouTube. I saw the Batman, Peacekeeper, the Flash, Black Adam, a little bit of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, and then two video games coming out, the Suicide Squad as well as Gotham Knights. Which trailers have you seen?
I saw Peacemaker. And spoilers if you haven't seen the trailer. Everybody, anything we're talking about right now, if we haven't said so before, watch these trailers. I saw Super Pets,
Okay, I
Black
didn't see
Adam,
that.
the Batman, the Flash, Shazam, Aquaman. And I saw the video game ones.
I did not see the Super Pets. I did not see the Shazam one. For some reason, it didn't pop up on my search, but I guess I was just very specific. I know that they made an announcement that Wonder Woman 3 will be made, written and directed by Patty Jenkins, which I am not so happy about in comparison to what she did with Wonder Woman 84. I know people loved it. I know people did not. And I'm one of the people that did not. That's time for another review. Let's go into what we did see.
Yes.
The Flash. I liked it off the bat right away because first thing you hear is Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne. And that was just like chills going down my spine when I heard his doing a quote. I'm not sure if it was a quote like from his father or from Alfred, but you know it was Michael Keaton. You see the Flash, and granted, the costume was pretty much comic book accurate, as well as like the video game with the gold trimmed down with the lightning.
That's the New 52 outfit.
And
Or
I
Rebirth.
guess it's also taken because this Flash made an appearance in the CW Flash when
Yes.
they were doing Crisis on Infinite Earths. So I guess he got that influence. Maybe CW Flash will make an appearance here. In
That
the trailer,
would be awesome.
it would be awesome, but we did see two Flashes or two Barry Allens at the end of the trailer. One with a clean cut and one with like a raggedy cut. Behind them was Supergirl.
True.
And it's not the one from CW, of course. It's the brunette one. And we did not see Michael Keaton. We didn't really see Batman. All we saw was the cowl.
No, there was also
ears
one more
out, the
thing.
the mask.
No, the car.
We didn't really see it.
This is true, but you could see the outlines of the car underneath.
But we don't know exactly how it is because it could be an updated version. It could be an exact same thing. Don't forget, Bruce Wayne is older here, so it's not around the same like age time as we know from the 80s.
True.
I'm more excited because of Michael Keaton reprising his role as Bruce Wayne and Batman. We saw Flashpoint through the cartoon, the CW version, and now
This version.
We're going to see this. Yeah, and so it's kind of like beating a dead horse, if you will. How many times can you tell the same story? Now, granted, it's very DCEU, kind of like that. So it can probably do like a rebirth. It can revitalize the DCEU for future projects. Well, we have Aquaman, and then we'll go into that later. What did you like about the trailer?
The part that I did like was the Michael Keaton part. That was honestly all I liked. I'm not a fan of this Flash. The fact that the Flash, the other Barry that we saw, so you get the one Barry that everybody knows from the Zack Snyder, and the other Barry that we saw, that was the one that they hinted at with the Batman outfit painted over with the Flash colors. So either A, he's going to be the villain the entire time, and he's posing as a good guy, or
The Reverse Flash?
no, like the Red Death.
Oh, got you.
And he's just pretending to be a good guy, or B, he's just taking up the mantle like of the outfit, and like he's still Barry, just a little bit darker. Not gonna be happy if that's the case.
In the comics, Red Death is still Bruce Wayne.
No, it's Bruce Wayne fused with the Flash. Basically,
But he has the powers. Doesn't he have the? He's not Barry Allen, but he has the powers.
It's both in the comic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. For those who don't know the comic, the Death Metal series was very dark. He basically drugs the Flash, straps him to the Batmobile that is hardwired to the cosmic treadmill, and they drive into the Speed Force, and it fuses their bodies together. That way they become one. But Bruce Wayne's mind is in complete control. Barry's mind is still there, but it's locked away.
Okay.
Bruce Wayne at this stage, if you haven't figured it out already, is kind of insane. So he goes by the name Red Death because he's just killing all the villains and he wants to corrupt everything. That's what I'm saying. If it's like the villain pretending to be a good guy and then turns out to be a villain, you're giving us that way early. I'm not a big fan of that. Or if it's just this guy taking over the man, it doesn't seem that interesting. So, I mean, granted, that's a lot of theoretical based on two images, but I'm not wowed at this stage.
Do you think Ben Affleck will make an appearance? I know they were hinting about it, but I'm not sure that it was confirmed. Can't remember.
If he does, kind of cool. I was always a fan of the Ben Affleck Batman. I know a lot of people that weren't.
Yeah.
So far, like the Flashpoint we're getting is arguably the furthest variation of Flashpoint that we're gonna see. Because traditionally with Flashpoint, even with the CW Flashpoint, you don't get to see the alternate versions of Flash existing at one place, except for like that one scene at the end of the CW one.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of talk has been out there that this is like the hope that they can rebirth the DCEU, and which Flashpoint technically did that for DC.
Right.
So I'm gonna be optimistic, but the only reason I'm gonna watch this movie 100% is Michael Keaton. He is the clickbait that I need.
And the same here.
Nostalgia is gonna be a strong driving factor.
Yeah, exactly. And that great segue to the next preview they had. The next trailer was the Batman.
I'll start with that one. I love that one.
That was awesome.
It was fantastic. And I'll be the first to say I've never been a Robert Pattinson fan. I have seen him and he can act good. I give him his acting chops. I just never been like, dude, he's in this movie. I want to see this movie. But this trailer have me just going. I'm like, I want to see this movie more and more.
It grew on me. The reason why it grew on me because the same thing like you. And I was like, oh my God, Twilight's doing this. So I had trepidations. After seeing the first trailer or teaser where he says, I am vengeance, taken from a line straight from the animated series, a line that was supposed to be Michael Keaton's.
And he forgot, which turned into an even better line.
And the way it's done is done very noir, and I'm like, it's gritty. It's like the bastard child of Nolan and Burton's vision together.
Well, they said that they wanted to kind of recapture Batman Year 1 or Year 3. Some one of those stories.
Right. And it's supposed to be taking place like on Earth to another multiverse.
Which is fine.
Multiverse. Yeah, which is fine. So they're doing that because you see here the Joker is different.
They didn't have the Joker.
Not the Joker. No, I'm sorry, not the Joker.
Penguin.
No. I meant the Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
The Riddler is different. Costume is different. It's more like S&M kind of thing.
It's kind of like Hush.
Right. That's what people were also saying from the initial preview. But here, we know it's the Riddler because we see the coffee, the question mark.
Yeah.
The Penguin. And he's not short, he's heavy, but he's a gangster played by Colin Farrell. It's like,
that's how he's supposed to be.
Right, but we know him a lot from the from the 66 series, from the animated series.
True.
How we saw him in the Tim Burton movie with Danny DeVito. Even the video games of Arkham Knights, he was still stout and he was a gangster, but he was from England. He had an English accent. Here it's like Italian mob, and I loved it. But Selena Kyle, one word for her, hot. And I'm just really excited how they're going to do that. The action, what I loved in that one cut of the trailer is when they're shooting him, it's just bouncing off because you can tell it's armor.
Yes.
So it's bulletproof, but it goes with the music. But there's like the rhythm to it. And it's like, bah, 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 da, da, bah, bah, bah. It was hot.
Excellent music choices on both trailers that they've had so far.
So I am really looking forward to something I was cautioned before. Can you say the same?
It's been giving me more and more hype. Here's what I like about the Batman trailers. And I've seen someone else say this before. Watching those trailers kind of brings us back to those days when we watch a trailer and kind of gets you hyped because it's not only giving you like a bit of the story, it's kind of setting a mood. It's syncing up with the music. It's getting the tone right. So like sometimes you watch a trailer and the trailer is better than the movie. That's the feeling I get when I watch the Batman trailers. Well, not that it's better than a movie, but that they really well done.
They're giving you enough to want more.
Exactly.
In the day and age now, I am a kind of person who stays away with trailers.
Same here.
Because I don't want to see it. I don't want to know everything. Just give me some of the action. Give me some of the acting.
I don't want to be spoiled by it.
Right. I don't want to know everything in the trailer. And that's what they did here. I applaud it. I applaud what they're doing. Matt Reeves, he's doing it so far. He knows what he's doing. So yeah, I am looking forward to it. But I like the part where we can say it's Riddler when he's in the jail cell and Batman's talking to a character. We don't see who exactly he is, but we're thinking it's the Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
And he slams the glass. And I can't help but think of Nolan's and Bale's, where is she? So I just get that little, I guess, Easter egg connection. In the Batmobile, I first hated it because like, they just cut it in half and put a thing. But now how it became more part of his own character, I was like, okay, now I'm liking the Batmobile.
Yeah. When he flipped the Penguin with the Batmobile, that was nice. And it seemed different than what was in the first trailer. Like the dialogue of what the Penguin did, there was more to it, but it like there may have been different. So I don't know if we got like an alternate version of the same scene. But either way, the fact that he flipped it, he walks over to it, like there's
that's how it ends.
Exactly. And there's a level of intensity that I'm like getting from the trailer that if they keep that in the movie, and they say supposedly this is gonna be like a more detective like Batman, which if they can do that, because I have not seen a detective on film of Batman.
No, the closest was the 1966 show, but also a little bit with Michael Keaton, a little bit with the first one.
I was going to say the first one more than any other.
And yes, it's like I said, it's supposed to be more detective. It's supposed to be a noir. It has that the gritty, the more dark. Right now, I have to say that's the one I'm mostly looking forward to.
Speaking of looking forward to,
finally, The Rock has given us a look, kind of, sort of the Black. Kind of, sort of. He came like, can't really see the guy.
But what you did see was like nice.
It was good. Now I'm just kind of confused because the timeline. I'm not sure if it's present. It looks more present day with the military coming in, but we'll find out.
Well, I think they're going to be juggling back and forth in timelines because I feel like they're going to show like one time, like it's going to be different points in time for telling the story.
Probably tell like his origin, of course, so they'll probably have to go back for that. We also have the introduction of the GSA, the Justice Society of America. Pierce Brosnan playing Dr. Fate. I'm looking forward to that. We have Atom Smasher. We have Hawkman
Cyclone, which I'm not familiar with that character myself.
Right.
I am more familiar with Dr. Fate, Hawkman, Atom Smasher, probably because they're probably like the bigger names and they've been in other franchises.
And it could be great if it ties into Shazam, because why not will they do that? I mean, you saw the preview of Shazam 2. I did not, so I don't know what the villains are. You do.
Oh, which I'll tell you shortly.
But I'm just a little concerned where, I mean, of course they edit it and cut it out just to move the trailer along. But when she says Shazam, something ignites. I never knew that could happen before. Usually when a person says Shazam, they change. They're not the catalyst of something else to start. But that's what happened here. And then, yeah, lightning happened, and then he showed up. He kind of showed up like
Terminator
T-1000. That's what it looked like. I was like, I see what they're doing there. They're giving a nod to that. Okay, I got it.
We got to remember, Black Adam is one of those characters that has juggled between being a villain and being a hero. And more often than not, is like an anti-hero. Right. More likely, he was imprisoned, and that unlocked his cell. So whether or not he's going to be like the true good guy or not, that's going to be here to.
Well, we saw in the animated short story of Superman, Shazam, and Black Adam were all in it. Now he was a villain. I'm looking forward to see how they're going to do this. In a sense, will they make him a villain? Will it be an anti-hero? It works either way.
Correct. The fact that in the trailer, when he grips that one guy, we don't get much in it. It's a teaser. Emphasis on teaser. But basically uses this guy as a lightning rod until dust to dust.
It felt like more like he was taking his soul. That's what it seemed like.
Your soul is mine.
Remember, he was in prison. He was probably not getting food.
I don't know about that. That's your interpretation. For me, it looked like he turned him to extra crisp. Point where it was his skeleton, then dust.
Where did we see that before also? Batman 89, when the Joker shook a guy's hand and he cooked him from the inside out.
There's tons of Easter eggs.
It could be a nod to that, or it could just be an influence from that. I'm looking for it because it's been what we've known about this project.
He's been wanting to do it since before
like
Shazam.
6 years?
No, someone said online that he's been wanting to do it before DCU was a thing. Like he's been pining for Black Adam for the longest.
Right. We thought for one time it was gonna be like Green Lantern.
John Stewart.
We thought that initially. You hear Black Adam, you think bad guy. You don't think good guy or anti-hero. Like the Punisher is the anti-hero. Even though he kills
with a purpose,
for a reason. There's this method behind his madness. Where we've seen countless actions of the Black Adam. He just does it just because he can. It's not because he serves or he's doing it for his people, or he just does it because he has that power to do it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it gets confused because a lot of times the iterations that we grew up watching, more often than not on TV, is just because he can. But in the comics, a lot of the versions of him is because his people. I want to say Injustice did the best capturing of that. Like when Superman took over, he's like, I'll side with you for now because it's going to be the best for my people. Injustice 1 clarifies that for that purpose because he never really believed in Superman's cause. He just believed, like, leave my people alone and I'll do this. So in the comics, it was always two factors. It was his people or his love.
And do you think we'll see ISIS in this one?
Dude, if they reference ISIS and that's the plot point, it's going to be legit, which makes kind of sense to me. I'd be fantastic. I would love that because that is a man who will burn the world for the woman he loved. That would be a fantastic motivation. In the comics, like the Wizard Shazam imprisoned him because Black Adam took the power and twisted it to his own purposes, but it was his own purposes for a greater good.
Okay, real quick. So is that referenced in the original Shazam?
Yeah, they did reference that. Like he tried using the other powers and whatnot in having a hero before, but it failed.
Okay, no, let's go back to that. So when he is brought back,
yeah,
is he in that same room?
No, I want to say it's a
Cave?
different. I want to say it's a different room, but like and I'm going by memory. It could have been. It could have been
so
a deleted scene, but they did show. Like, remember when he's explaining it to Billy Batson, and you see he makes a city out of the image of magic. That's Kahndaq. When he's referencing the previous hero that he tried to create and how he failed with his selection process.
It'll be such a missed opportunity if they don't bring those two together.
I think that's going to be for Shazam 3. Because they are wanting to do a trilogy of Shazam.
Okay.
So I do think they're going to bring those two together. But, and I've talked to so many people, like some people are like, oh, I wish Black Adam was going to be a rated R. I'm like, there's no way they're going to do a rated R for Black Adam. But Black Adam, just let him go, show how tough The Rock as Black Adam can be. And like The Rock, I don't see him portraying this as a silly role. I see him going for this 100% as a serious role. And I love that. This is a dark character, and let him be dark.
You can't have Shazam and Black Adam films be similar. It has to be contrast.
Yes.
To make their meeting or confrontation, if it happens or when it happens, be more legit.
Yes.
Now, granted, we've been wrong before from trailers where we think it's one way, then we see it like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
And that leads me into Peacekeeper.
Oh, come on.
Because
that's a fun one. Dude,
he was so different in Suicide Squad. He was dark. He was like, had rules and he was focused. It was scary that he followed the rules. And then after watching his trailer, I was like, oh man, they made it a comedy.
Oh, I knew they were going to make it a comedy because he was hilarious in the Suicide Squad. But
no, he was hilarious, but it was a different type of hilarity. It was hilarious because of his surroundings.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he was focused. Like he's like, his job is to do this. He was like in the Suicide Squad, he was the Black Widow because they had a mission, but he had like a side mission.
Yeah.
A Winter Soldier, Black Widow had a side mission when they infiltrated that boat. But anyway.
Well, here's how I look at it though. Because the way they finished off the first movie, when he killed off Rick Flag, he had a moment of hesitation. You know, after he killed Rick Flag, he still did it. And like he was slowing down because he was emotionally conflicted. And I think this show is him trying to find himself.
Yes, you're right. That's what I was going to come to. That through the series is finding his true purpose.
Yeah, refining what is the mission overall.
Or finding himself or refinding himself. That's where I was getting. I was like, maybe that's what they're trying to do here. Because maybe when he was on his deathbed, he probably had to be like, wait a minute, this is a really close call. So let me just reevaluate. Even though he's still going to kill and still has, he'll follow protocol, but there's things he has to straighten out. We see that he goes to visit his father, who is a freaking jerk.
Yes.
Played by T-1000 himself, Robert Patrick.
Yes, which was great. He's like, when did you become such a pansy? And
right. But I like it that they kept two characters just from the movie
that were in the end credit scene.
Well, yes, they're in the end credit scene, but they're also in the movie too. You have Amelia Harcourt, Waller's right hand girl, and John Economos. He was the tech guy, and these are not the actors; these are the character names. They brought them into it, which was all nice to see. But my favorite part was Vigilante. Seeing him make an appearance and the accuracy of his costume was like. I used to love that comic book.
You know what? I was not familiar with Vigilante's comic.
I just like it because he was kind of like Taskmaster in a sense of like his skills and be able to do things and his martial arts skills. But the costume, I was like, holy crap. That's like a deep cut.
That is a deep cut. Because even I was like, whoa, who is this?
He was pop like in the 80s, 90s.
because he looked like a 90s character.
I am excited for that. I do like John Cena. I think he's an amazing actor for being a guy who's like WWE superstar and where he's come along, because he's just done so many different roles. Kind of like how Dwayne Johnson done several different roles. He didn't just was typecast as one type of character. He played a lunatic. He played a gay hitman. He did so many different roles where he can break that stereotype. And John Cena has done that too.
Although he is glad funnier, oddly enough.
Right. He embraces the silliness.
Which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's fine. Maybe what happened is that from the thing he had brain damage or some kind of...
That could explain like that one scene. The one scene I didn't like in that trailer was the he's jumping the fire escapes and he's just...
To me, I kind of like that one because I was just like, oh, that's just silly.
But like coming off of the movie, you're like, that makes no sense. Unless you're talking about he's still recovering. If he's still recovering, then that makes sense. I mean, the funniest thing to me in the trailer was the eagle. The two parts where the eagle's like in the car window, like a dog, and then the eagle hugs him. He's like, he's hugging me. Dad, Dad, look, he's hugging me. Get the camera.
But Dad's not there. Maybe that's what it is that he dealing with some head trauma that...
I mean, like, even at one point, he's like, I'm a hero. He may be going through head trauma or just going through a self-evaluation, which that alone, trying to figure yourself out and going through your own bait of your own self-worth, that throws off what you would normally do.
But would it be something that was all this happening in his head?
I would be disappointed with that approach.
That would be messed up. That would be messed up. I did see the Aquaman teaser behind the scene, and I had to say this. Black Manta looks cool as shit.
They went with the more traditional outfit for the Black Manta, which I love. Like,
me too.
Speaking of the outfit changes, that was the best choice because there was another outfit change.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Aquaman's black.
But Black Manta is going to be the highlight. I don't know if that's going to be the main villain because it makes me question, like, you're bringing in the same villain from the first movie. Is that going to be your only villain? Because they also got Orn as well.
From what I've heard from the trailer, Orn comes in as more of environmental.
Like begrudging teamwork.
Well, I think they put their past behind them.
There's been storylines where he works with Orn for a common purpose. Because Orn, despite all the stuff that he does, his end goal is the betterment of Atlantis and the ocean. It's just that he goes about it the wrong ways.
Amber Heard
still in it.
There was a petition to get her out, but she's still in it. We'll see. And I wonder if they'll make her English again, like Zack Snyder did, or go right back to American. Dolph Lundgren's in it,
which I liked his performance in the first movie.
Dude, he's you know what? He's a terrible actor. But he's good at certain things. Like when he was in Arrow, he played a Russian. He did good. When he does accents, he's a really good actor. He disappears into that character. Yeah. In Aquaman, even though it's not a different accent,
he did disappear into the portrayal.
He disappeared in that character, excuse me. So there is talent behind that muscle. Come on. We've seen a lot of films where he's terrible. Red Scorpion. He's not that good.
Punisher.
Universal Soldier, Punisher. But
Universal Soldier I did like.
Yeah, but no, he's not good though. It's an entertaining movie, but he's not good. I'm sorry. It's just like he does one is. I did not see William Dafoe,
which he's still in the credits, I believe,
or Nicole Kidman.
Granted, this is a teaser, so
correct, yes.
We may see something of them, but I want to say they're still locked in for the sequel.
For me, the takeaway was Black Manta and his costume.
You get the Black Manta sub.
Right, I didn't really see that. I didn't get a chance to see that.
Yeah, no, they show it. It has the it has the shape of the Manta head on the sub. So I'm like, oh, they're really going ham on the comic books theme of Black Manta.
And then you have most likely the guy from James Woo from Marvel, the character. He's
leading the project. James Woo.
His name is the actor is James Woo.
No, he's not the
director.
actor.
Not the director. Not the director. I'm talking about the actor. The guy who found Black Manta and he was a scientist and he found Black Manta. He rescued him at the end of Aquaman. And then he's also in Marvel's, he was in WandaVision as well as Ant-Man.
Yeah, I think that is also something Wu. I forget his name.
Yeah, real quick. Let me just say, go over it real quick because
he's getting around.
Like, wow, I know, like I said, the MCU doesn't want actors who are who are like the character is still alive, they can't go into other projects or kind of.
That's
Oh,
not
I know.
necessarily true, bro. And I'll
What do you
explain why in a bit.
mean?
Oh no, trust me.
Where is he?
You're gonna be like, what?
Well, tell
Because
me. Tell me.
well, that's gonna be changing the subject from Aquaman. We're gonna because you didn't see all the
Randall
trailers,
Park.
remember?
Excuse me, Randall Park.
Randall Park. Okay. He's played a
Yeah,
Woo character
but
though.
yeah, Jimmy Woo. So yeah, like
Yeah.
the
Fresh off the boat.
no Jimmy Woo from WandaVision.
Yeah, but I thought he also went by the name Woo and Fresh off the boat.
Probably.
I don't know anything anymore.
But well, tell me what I missed because I saw two more things and those are video games that we caught on too. So what else? Tell me what I'm missing
Okay, so you missed the
or
Shazam, Fury of the
yeah,
Gods.
not that part. No. I'm talking about the what you're saying. You tell me about the actors playing
Yeah, because
different
that leads into
things. Go ahead.
Shazam.
Oh, okay.
So, well, let's finish about Aquaman, just to be fair. Let's finish
Well,
that.
I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah, I'm done with it already.
Okay, so we'll segue into Shazam at that note. Um, so they also did the same kind of thing that they did with Aquaman, where they were like doing the behind the scenes footage, followed by like some of the trailers and like teasers. So the title of
Mm-hmm.
Shazam 2 is Fury of the Gods, which if you don't,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, I mean,
Black
basically,
Adam
no.
was one of them. One of them.
So basically, in case you can't guess from the title, they're bringing in some old gods. Um,
Zeus.
nope.
Ooh.
One
Old
is
gods. You talking about the old gods, like opposite of the new?
yeah. Like they're gonna be like well, Zeus was an old god. He's not a new
No,
god.
no,
Oh,
I
you're
know
thinking
about. I
of
want
the
like Dark Side and all those like the old gods and
yeah,
Hercules. I mean, yeah, and then you have the new gods. That was the whole. Okay,
exactly.
sorry, but go
So
ahead.
uh two actresses are going to be portraying the gods. Helen Mirren as Calypso. And then the other god, I can't remember their name, but
Helen
is
Mirren as Calypso.
mhm. And then also Michelle Yao. I don't remember what Michelle Yao's character name is, but that's what I was like, bro, that's not gonna make a difference about the contract because she's already in Shang-Chi and now she's coming in as a goddess in Shazam. And she was also a
But she
Ravager in Guardians. Michelle Yeoh
right.
is gonna be one of those people that's like,
She
I've been 3, if not 4 different characters across the board.
yeah, she did two MCUs.
Mm-hmm.
She playing two MCU characters, and
Now at
then
DCU.
I mean, see, for me, and this would be a great topic for another
A separate video.
or podcast. It's like there are so many great actors and actresses out there. I'm so freaking tired of the recycling of the same actors to do these roles. I'm just tired of it. I was like, are you effing kidding me? I was like, Michelle Yao, she's a great actress. Nothing to take away from her. But give someone else a taste. Let someone else do it. You have like Chris Evans, he did like 7 comic book characters. You have Carl Urban, who has done similar as well of playing comic book characters.
But he's
You
fantastic.
have, I'm not saying anything bad about their acting chops, but dude, spread the wealth.
Mm-hmm.
There are also other great actors out there.
Especially if you're crossing over like they are, when you're having people play multiple roles like that, it kind of muddles the water of like, okay, can we bring these two together now, these two franchises? Because they did a great job in both portrayals, but now we're gonna have
Mm-hmm.
to double cast him for like the same role. I get where you're coming from in that area.
You also have Jason Momoa. He's played Aquaman, yeah, but he's also done other comic book movies as well. He just did one for Netflix, I think, another comic book film.
Mm-hmm.
And he was up for the role for Eric Draven for The Crow. They're going to do a remake. Then they fell through.
Which that is, I've heard, is like a cursed film for recasting to remake.
Well, hello, the previous one too. But the thing is that he would have killed it, but really just give other actors who have not in that world. You know, it's just like when you see Tom Cruise always playing a spy guy. It gets tiring.
I'm going to have to admit, I did a faux pas because I've been double checking the casting. I was wrong. This is a great subject.
You made me rant for 10 minutes.
More like
on
7.
something that you made up. Okay, what's the faux pas?
Well, this is a good rant because it's appropriate, but it's just for the wrong persons. It's not Michelle Yeoh. It's Lucy Liu. The scene was going by really quick.
Oh my God, you're so racist.
That's not me
You're
racist.
So racist.
I swear to everything the Almighty
Lucy
Heaven.
Liu and Michelle Yeoh
They do not look alike. No, I swear to Almighty Heaven that I heard Michelle Yeoh when they were saying it because I wasn't focusing 100% on it. The biggest thing I heard was Helen Mirren. So here's the correction. Helen Mirren is Hespera and Calypso is Lucy Liu. So like I flipped the names and I got the name wrong. I was completely wrong. So my bad, peoples. They kept a lot of the same cast though from the Shazam family though. So
that's cool.
They're definitely going to be in there.
Yeah, the cast for Shazam original one was done very well. Is Mark Strong coming back? He is one guy who's also done several comic book movies, but his presence, his acting is just
so the casting doesn't show full yet, so he may still come back.
He was in prison at the end. He didn't die.
They're bringing back the original Shazam though, the Wizard. He's in the scene for sure.
He's been in Marvel films. He was in
Galaxies. Yeah, so your rant is still valid, just for the wrong people.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on to Super Pets, which is kind of funny because Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, he voices in that too.
Mm-hmm. I think it's primarily about Crypto, but also Ace, the dog, who's basically Batman and Damian Wayne's dog. That is voiced by Kevin Hart. So it's Kevin Hart and Dwayne The Rock playing opposite each other. But here's the funny part. It's like an all-star cast, and they don't have all the names listed out yet of the characters. But Mark Maron is going to be playing Lex Luthor.
Oh, wow.
Keanu Reeves, John Krasinski, Kate McKinnon, they're all in it.
Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
I knew about that.
But I don't know what he's going to be casted as. So they have it confirmed that he's going to be in it. So I'm just like imagining some kind of random character. Like, could he be like who would be the Bat Cow? Would it be like Kate McKinnon? It's like because Damian Wayne did get a lot of pets over time.
I'm wondering, would the monkey from the Wonder Twins make an appearance?
That'd be fantastic. That's a deep cut.
Also, there was another dog for the Wonder Twins. There was another kid group that had a dog in the Justice League or Super Friends. Yeah. Bell Bottom kids.
And there was like a super cat in the Superman family comic line.
Also isn't the Blue Beetle coming out with a series?
I believe, I don't know if it's a series. I want to say it's a series, but yeah, I believe you're right.
So two things that I caught my interest and I've been interested in for a long time was the video game Gotham Knights and the Suicide Squad. Yes. Which one are you most excited about?
Graphically, they both look really cool. I feel like the storyline for Gotham Knights is going to be legit because the way that they introed that seems...
Court of the Owls.
And yes. I love the Court of the Owls, but they're like, Batman's not here. And like you think, and like it's the Penguin describing the situation to the rest of the Bat family. He's like, Batman and Gordon barely kept us under wraps. And you're going to try to take over. You're going to try to do what they did. You don't even know what you're dealing with. We all know what it is, but none of us dare mention their names.
But you know what the sad part about this? It's not a continuation of the Arkham Knight series.
This is true, but it's its own thing.
But it gives that feel that it is, though, because there is no Batman. Because at the end of Arkham Knight, he disappears, he retires. This felt, though, as if it was in the world of the Batman, mainly because of the Penguin. He looks very similar to the Colin Farrell Penguin.
True.
I don't know how they're gonna do it in the sense that this is 4 characters. It's like maybe they do it like Injustice, where you play one character, you go through a couple fights, and then you change
Yeah.
to another
Or
character.
depending on which character you choose,
Multi-purpose.
it dictates the
Yeah.
storyline.
Which will be great, which they did in Arkham Knight,
Mhm.
because where you were either Batman or you were Catwoman. Maybe the same thing here. And I love that kind of gameplay, that kind of world. Really looking forward to that one.
But I want to say the one that looks like it's going to be the most fun.
Suicide Squad.
100%. It looks great. They both look great. Let's be
graphics.
honest. Both of them look fantastic. But Gotham Knight seems like it has a better story, at least from the trailer. But I just rewatched it. This one has a decent story and a good concept, you could tell, but it just looks like you're gonna have a ham of a time just enjoying playing as these characters. And it's like the characters that we do like from Suicide Squad. You always have to have
Well-
Harley, Deadshot, King Shark when he puts on the hat, Captain Boomerang.
Boomerang, yeah. I got bothered by the fact that it went back to them being recruited again, and they had no idea. We know this.
Mm-hmm.
Just put them out there. You know,
I mean, that's kind of like video game logic, like it's Elseworld.
it's like saying, like going back to where Batman, where every movie shows the death of his family. We get it. We know that parents were killed in an alley. Just let the gameplay happen. Now, what their mission is insane,
Yes.
because it's the Justice League who has a virus or something taking over their body, some kind of alien life form taking over their body. It kind of reminded me of Poison Ivy from Hush, where
True.
you see the veins or whatever, the poison. So I'm interested to find out how it happened to the Justice League, and like what do we need to do to survive.
I thought it was
to
like maybe
either
like a virus
do we-
version of Brainiac or something like that.
That could be that. It was funny because people thought originally it was Bizarro on the first trailer.
Oh, I thought
He
it was
was
some kind
Bizarro.
of extension of the Injustice, like an alternate version of the Injustice when I first saw the original trailer.
That would've
Obviously,
been
it's
cool
not.
too, right?
It would have been
No.
cool.
So I'm interested. Like, what do we like? Do we actually have to kill them, or do we find a way not and still save the day? And
I mean,
but,
it looks like they're going to be killing somebody because there were some heads blowing up in that trailer.
Oh yeah, and it was funny when we see a different variation of the penguin. His hair is long, and they're punishing him, and the shark wants his head blown off.
A lot of these are going to be next year, so
I'm gonna stay away from the trailer because sometimes you look at the trailers, they give you too much.
back in the day, we didn't have all that. We didn't have the internet. You had word of mouth,
No,
and you had the trailer if it pulled up on your TV. That was it.
or you saw a poster with a little slogan, or
That's the best part.
Tell me,
When
like,
you don't know what's going to happen and you get that wow.
so for me, the most thing, the Batman. That's the top of my list of what I want to see.
That's fair.
And
What's the least favorite?
Black Adam, The Flash.
That's nothing wrong with that. In comparison,
The Flash.
we're just saying in comparison of what was presented to us. So top 2 was Batman for you, Black Adam's,
Mm-hmm.
Flash is at the bottom.
You?
Actually, it's the same exact order. Batman and Black Adam, bottom, Flash. I would rather see Shazam 2 and Aquaman over the Flash. And don't get me wrong, I love Michael Keaton. He's my driving reason for wanting to watch it. But there's nothing about the Flash other than Michael Keaton that is making me want to see it. I was wanting to see if they were going to do Red Death, but now that I see that they have like they're all in the same room and they're all doing stuff, then I'm like, Oh, and I just look up IMDb just to let you know about it. Ben Affleck is locked in for the Flash.
It makes sense. And is also like Thomas Wayne supposed to be in it?
Do you really want that spoiler?
Yeah, but it's been pushed because it's like James Dean Morgan.
Nothing in
Something like that.
IMDb that shows that for Thomas Wayne.
All right, no worries.
So
Sorry,
that's
but
still
they're-
up in the
We're
air.
talking about it. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining us on our DC-Ness DC Fandom review trailers and shows. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. Also, make a comment below. Which movie or TV series are you looking forward to? And which one are you not? Until next time, it will be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adan.
Love you, bro.
Love you.